from America.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode 886 of the Video Game Outsiders podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Michelle Madison.
And I, of course, am John. And if you guys are joining us, Matt's not here.
That's right. But Matt's not dead.
Matt's not dead, but we have a guest host, CC Games CEO, the game store guy.
Yep.
I am here.
Now, Kevin, you own a game store.
That's what I hear. Yes, I do sometimes.
And you do a show on our app, which is...
Hey, what are you doing? Get away
So a guy pooped in Kevin's game store. We've talked about this before.
Yes.
So tonight we are celebrating poop. Poop games with poop in them, games that were poop but got better. And John has a song.
Nice.
He's going to play it in the store.
I'm going to be headbanging to this, guys. I'm going to play this on a loop.
I think it'll prevent more poop. I think it's going to keep the poopers at bay.
Yeah. So,
I
yes,
hope
Kevin,
so.
someone pooped in your store. That really happened. I still don't believe it.
There's video.
You know what's sad is it's way more frequent than I ever imagined. People keep sending me videos of people pooping other places in public and other stores now since I shared.
Yeah, it's happening out there, and especially and you said he was an Xbox gamer, right? You think
He was an Xbox 360 guy.
Oh, really?
Xbox 360. There's the poopers. If you're still holding on to that 360, guys, you got to let it go.
Now, Kevin,
Yeah.
we're post-holiday here. Are you getting a Bentley or something? What's going on? You got like Call of Duty money?
We did all right. I can't complain.
What was the big seller in your store this year?
It's the same answer every year. It's always Call of Duty. It's always Grand Theft Auto. But other than those, Black Ops, well, that's Call of Duty. But college football sold really well, and Madden was a big one. But it helped. They were both half off, like all since Black Friday. So those sold really well. Sony had a lot of good sales too. Astrobot sold really well. All the Switch stuff, Switch games. Mario Jamboree was really good. Mario Party Jamboree. Sold really
That's
well.
a good game. I actually really like that game.
Yeah. So people, if you don't know what's going on, if you missed last episode, Matt is going into a guest hosting spot. He'll be back next month probably to come on to talk about Assassin's Creed. But until then, we're going to be having guests on. And then hopefully by our 20 years this summer, we'll pick a permanent third host. So if you want to throw your hat in the ring or you just want to come on to guest, email us contact@videogameoutsiders.com with an MP3 or clip of your other work. That's important because we're getting flooded right now with a lot of stuff. I've got people set up, but you should be prepared with something so we can hear you, know you have a decent mic. And it's going to be fun. We're going to be meeting new people, and they're going to be just regular guest hosts. It's not going to be a show about them. It's going to be just them joining us as a host and seeing how it fits and having some fun. So we've got stuff going on this month. We're giving away a bunch of Sony ports to the PC from cdkeys.com, our sponsor. And we have Ghost of Tsushima up this week. And then we've got God of War 1 and 2. We've got Helldivers 2. We've got Final Fantasy 16. Maybe Spider-Man. I don't know what's going on. So come to our Discord on videogameoutsiders.com. And then next week, we're doing like a Sony Pony show with Sevral. So we're going to have some fun with these giveaways as well. And tonight, though, it's all about
The poop.
And,
It's going to be a shit show.
it is going to be a shit show. And did you guys see the Pee Pee Poo Poo Man trailer? I'm going to put this in chat.
No.
But yeah,
Pee Pee Poo Poo Man.
Yeah, I saw it. I just felt like other people had to see it now. This is a horror movie coming out called Pee Pee Poo Poo Man. I think it is a fear of some people to have poop. Like there's a poop taint, to get poop on you, to get touched by poop. So this guy in this horror movie just throws poop at people.
Oh my God.
There's also a game called Poop
Wait,
Killer.
is this like a Jackass type thing?
No, it's
like
real. Like this
hidden
is a
camera show.
No, it's
Is it a
supposed to be
hidden
a
camera
movie
thing?
about a horror. It's a horror movie. But there's also a game called Poop Killer. I was going to tell Kevin about it, which is literally about a guy running a VHS tape store, and there's a guy pooping in the store and throwing poop at people and shit. So like this whole poop
my God.
thing, it goes deeper than you can even imagine. John, you told us about the glass table, a couple months ago. That startled me. So we're going to get into this topic.
That's Hollywood urban legend. Yeah, there was
I know.
old
There's
dude
a lot of poop lore. But what else should we talk about? The NVIDIA keynote, John, we streamed on twitch.tv/John and Michelle. If you guys sub free with Amazon Prime, you can go watch that whole keynote. We went over everything. And we're going to do a PC Outsiders tomorrow, John, and go through kind of the new graphics cards and all that shit, the 50 series, and maybe anything else going on.
I can see a lot. There's a lot of skepticism about these cards, by the way.
There should be
today.
with the comments, with the, and Steve from Gamers Nexus and all that shit did a video, and people are kind of talking about it. Linus tested one. But we're going to dig into all of that this week on the app because, John, we do bonus shows during the week. Some are free, some are premium. And tomorrow, I think it's PC Outsiders time, and we're going to get into the NVIDIA stuff. So if you want to support us, you want to get the whole 20-year back catalog and weekly bonus shows, including Kevin's shows are up on the app too for free. Yep. How do they do that, John?
That's right. Go to our website, videogameoutsiders.com. Once you're there, there's a red premium button. Click it and go premium. It's $1.99 a month. Once you are a member of Club VGO, you will unlock our entire back catalog of 20 years now this year. And also all of the bonus shows, extra stuff we do every single week. I just did John's show today. Like Michelle said, we're doing PC Outsiders tomorrow. There's Micro VGO that happens quite a bit. Netflix Outsiders, Amazon, Warcraft Outsiders when it makes sense. All that shit. It's all on the app.
There's alarm clocks.
A lot of
wake
shit.
up.
There's alarm clocks. There are alarm clocks.
You want to wake up to John screaming at you, get up, wake the fuck up, and me telling you to stay in bed. The alarm clocks are on the app.
Go to
too.
Kevin. Go to videogameoutsiders.com. You can't sell the Alarmo, can you?
No, it's only direct from Nintendo.
Yeah.
So Nintendo loves to do that where it's only like direct or it's only at their stores.
That stupid thing. I still use it every day. I wake up every day, and they just gave me some DLC. They added Animal Crossing.
You pay a monthly fee, though, to use that clock. So,
well, you have to be a Nintendo Online member, which I will always be. So who cares?
I have the alarm clock, but I never opened it. It's just sitting.
Is that right? You got
you're a
it?
grown man.
I did get it. I did get it because it was like FOMO, fear of missing out. I'm just
I know.
Like, I'm going
my
to throw it
friend
up
Matt
on my
McCarthy
shelf.
got it too, and he likes.
Yeah, you guys are clock buddies.
I think my wife would kill me though if I had that thing.
Well,
like up and running.
It's fine. Why would she? It doesn't interfere at all.
It does interfere. It would interfere with my sex drive if I looked over at the table and saw my husband fondling a Nintendo clock. Okay.
You mean it doesn't? You know when things are going down, it doesn't like play coin sounds and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. John, you said it can't detect another person in the house, like in the bed with you. It's like it gets confused, and so it's for solo sleepers, I think.
Well, no, it's fine the way I have it because my wife gets up before me. So
okay.
If it was the opposite, then it would be a problem.
It would be a problem. All right, so it's only for people if your wife gets up before you. And then what are you doing?
Yeah, because it's very accurate. Like when the alarm goes off and I get out of bed, I don't have to do anything. I don't have to touch the damn thing. Every single time I get out of bed, it knows I did. Like it's
That's
crazy
creepy.
how good. It's actually really good.
Yeah.
Like the alarm goes off. If I stay in bed, it'll just keep going off and keep going off and keep going off. And then eventually
where do I get one?
Yeah.
I love this.
It's only $100 too. It's great. It's everything could have probably been done on the app too on a phone.
That's true.
Yeah,
that's
I guess so. And
Nintendo fanboys,
the display is kind of shitty too, really, to be honest. But
it has that ugly square in it, but it's a round black. Like that bothers me. The little square like display in the round circle.
Yeah, it's like the early watches that were doing that.
Yeah.
Like the square display and the round watch.
Yeah, I don't know, but you love it. You're having fun. So before we start, we did have a question: the best video game to ever feature poop, heavily feature poop. Now, for me, I think you got to go with Binding of Isaac. There's a lot of poop in that game.
There's a ton of poop.
I was wondering what you guys would think.
I gotta go. I gotta go with Conker's Bad Fur Day. You gotta go with the Mighty Pooh.
Oh yeah, that's right.
He sings a song. He's like me. He's got it's basically opera about poo while you're fighting.
I never finished that game. I finished the Banjo-Kazooies, but not that one.
That game, why? I'm shocked. That's like right up your wheelhouse.
I know, but there's something about that I didn't like as much as the Banjos.
The Mighty Pooh is worth it alone.
No, I got to the Pooh. I remember that.
All right, John. What about you?
He's got corn for teeth.
Pooh games you like?
God, I don't know.
I'm sure. Don't you collect shit in like Breath of the Wild, like those golden poop?
Do you have to clean poo in Animal Crossing?
It's probably going to be WoW for you because you have to dig your hand in poop a lot in World of Warcraft to like find keys and stuff.
Right.
So yeah, that's also
there was that game that I streamed. You sent me the clip.
That's not your favorite game though. That's literally just a guy on a toilet pooping. That's the whole game. There's a clip somewhere on our Twitch. That's John's favorite, I guess. But yeah, no, poop
is that the
isn't a lot of
toilet
games.
simulator one?
It
Yeah.
might be. Yeah. All right. Well, let's
I've
move
It was
on.
like it's like a first person view pooping game.
Yeah. It's
Yeah,
gross.
I've seen that. I've seen that. There's not much to it. You just piss and poop everywhere.
You just poop. I don't think there's like poop combos or something.
You can't you
Yeah.
like piss and fill up the room and then the floor drops out and you go to another room and you fill it up again. I'm pretty sure that's what happened in that game. It's been a while.
It's funny. We're all 14-year-old boys at heart, so we're laughing
Yeah,
at poop.
yeah.
All right, so let's move on to some
I-
actual games and some gaming news because it was a big week, I think.
There's a lot of Switch shit coming out today, by the way,
Yeah.
that we're going to get into. I
there
really
is.
want to talk because I
right.
saw some stuff online. I really want to get into it that might be exciting because I haven't been excited about the Switch 2 because
Yeah.
from what I've seen so far, it's just bigger. But I think there might be some secret shit going on. So let's talk about that
All right,
later.
good.
All
And
right.
we'll find out what Kevin thinks too, obviously, with sales, if it's going to sell crazily well, if it's so similar to the previous Switch. We'll get into that as well. So my first thing I want to bring up with this poop theme is the idea of polishing a turd. When a game is kind of shit, when it launches and it gets negative reviews, and then they sort of turn it around. And that was sort of the case here with Warhammer 40K Darktide. So I talked about a lot of Warhammer games recently, so don't get confused about this one. This one came out in 2022. It is on Game Pass. It's from Fat Shark, who also did Vermintide. And people were very upset when Darktide came out because it was worse than Vermintide in many ways. It was missing a lot of features. It's still missing one of the big features, which is being able to solo play with bots. You can only play with friends or queue to play with randoms. Okay, so people still aren't happy about that, but they did turn the reviews around from negative to mixed and now mostly positive. So Darktide is now actually decent. They've done tons of updates, Grim protocols, new game modes called Havoc, which is like an end game system, new missions, hot fixes, visual improvements, maps, new weapons, events. Like they've, for the past 2 or 3 years, Fat Shark has been working on this game and they didn't just abandon it and they've really turned it around. So I played a little bit more, and while I still think I prefer Vermintide, it was more like, I don't know, spell focused and stuff, and I had like a mage and stuff. Like I still think now, like if you've just played, I don't know, another Warhammer game like Space Marines or something with your friends and you're looking for more Warhammer co-op goodness, I think Darktide is actually decent now, and it is on Game Pass as well. So it's kind of one of those like no-brainers, get together with your friends and play a couple of missions type thing now.
Kevin, do these games sell at your store?
Yeah, they do. They sell really good. And I mean, these games are all cool. So
They are.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the show whenever that gets.
I know.
Released.
Finally,
I
we've got
can't
Henry
wait.
Cavill is involved, and we might get like a really great Warhammer show. And it's gonna be, I think, through Amazon. So we'll see. I mean, they have good sets. Lord of the Rings set looked good, but everything else is kind of shit. But Henry being invested and actually a Warhammer fan is probably a good sign because he doesn't want what happened to The Witcher to happen again, where the people creating the show, like the producer, hated the source material, hated the fans, So I don't think we're going to get that again, which is good news. But yeah, Warhammer games, there's a lot of great ones out there, and Darktide is one of the ones I kind of forgot about, and I went and checked in on it, and I was like, wow, they really turned this around, the last few years. So this is a good one to check out.
And that's on PC and Xbox Game Pass,
I have it on
right?
Steam. It's also on PC and Xbox Game Pass, and there is cross-play, I think I read, but maybe only for PlayStation. I'm not sure. But just get together with your friends or even queue up with randoms and just like shoot some shit. Like it's one of those kind of pick up and play because you can just do like
Is this
various
really
missions.
similar to the Space Marine gameplay
No,
loop?
Space Marine is different. Well, I mean, there are operations in Space Marine. Space Marine is more about that single player solo campaign. This would be akin to Vermintide, Warhammer Vermintide, which is more like that roguelike. Well, not really roguelike, but more like queue for missions type go in type thing.
Like the Aliens game that I got
a bit,
into. Yeah.
well, that was a bit more, maybe. I mean, that maybe even more story heavy. There is a story here, but it's mostly like the first 20 minutes of introducing you, and then it feels more mission based. So some people like that. They don't want the requirements of having to stick around for 3 hours or, keep at the same exact point as your friends. In Space Marine, it's like, well, don't get ahead of me. We're going to play at the, so this is kind of more freedom just to get in there and play some matches together, but it's good co-op Warhammer goodness. So check out Darktide, and they did a good job polishing this turd, making it better. Okay. Let's move on to something actually poopy. And I wanted to play this game because there is I have a bit of a fascination with men's bathroom lore. No, not poop. No,
Men's
the lore-
bathroom lore? What does that mean?
Well, because
Like call Gary for a good time?
No,
like on the wall?
lore of the men's. I've heard from guys I've known my whole life. This goes back to like high school, where guys would always tell this like the bathroom etiquette of the men's room, and I've been regaled with these stories.
Absolutely,
and it's like a foreign world to us women. We don't know, so I'm like, I've always been interested.
There's
I've heard
unwritten
some
rules.
crazy things. There's
wait,
rules.
what are the unwritten rules?
Well, the
like
eye contact, and you don't go to the stall next to the guy. And if
you don't go to the stall next to him.
No,
exactly.
if there's 5 stalls and you don't go to, and there's only one guy.
So men have all these unwritten rules in their head, okay? And there's this game called Toilet, and it's literally a puzzle game where you are dudes in like a urinal, a public restroom, and you have to get to the urinal without making eye contact with another dude. And that is what it just reminds me of all these and every guy has a horror story. Okay, that I've known. That's like there was one time when a guy shouldn't have come next to me. I know he looked down at my dick. Like you've always had something happen to you at some point in your life, and that's what this game is. So there is also a demo, and it's pretty funny. Like you have to arrange.
I have a story that I
tell it. I'm telling you, every dude has a story.
Okay.
This is why it's fascinating to me.
Is it better than when you shit? Your pants?
There was a guy jerking off next to me in the bathroom.
Oh
Jesus
no,
Christ.
where were you?
In a movie theater. And he was like homeless dude, and he was looking at everybody, and there was kids in there.
Kids?
I ran out immediately and got the employees.
Oh my god.
Oh no.
I don't know what happened to the dude, but I turned him in immediately.
He was jerking publicly or in the stall?
Yes, he was jerking off.
Oh no.
Oh, good Lord.
That's terrible. And people were just like ignoring him and like pissing.
Yes, I'm like, what the fuck are you doing, dude?
I don't have anything that bad, but I always get. I swear, whenever I go into a public restroom, I get the guy that's like,
I guess I've had a lot
dying
of guys jerking
Yeah.
off besides me.
Yeah, I've heard funny stories of people saying people were like squatting on the toilets with their feet and then like pooping all over the rim and just like making weird noises.
Dude, there's nothing worse. Like I would tell you, like sporting events, man.
Yeah.
There's people that like piss in the sinks and when they're waiting, it's gross. Yeah, guys' bathrooms are gross. I that's one thing, man. I'd rather die than try to take a shit at at a sporting event.
A public poop seems really bad. I don't think I've ever had to do it other than like college. Like that's considered.
I've done a lot
never
of
had to
public
do
pooping.
a public poop. Luckily, I'll hold
I'm
that
a public
shit. I don't
pooper.
care.
I really
I'm
am.
not.
Like,
I'm a private. I'm not gonna do it.
I try not to, but sometimes, man, you
happens.
gotta go. You gotta go.
The pro move is to use like the family bathroom, like the single stall.
Like the baby. See, men seem to have more spontaneous shits than women. I think because of how they eat. They're consuming too much food. They're consuming weirder food. They're eating.
It's
you know what I mean?
A lot of urgency. Yeah.
Yeah, and our bowels are different with like so we have like a slower move through our bowels, like literally. So men have more spontaneous like public shits, and so this is a whole thing in the bathroom. And this game. Go ahead.
It's on a pretty strict schedule.
Okay.
Mine is.
Okay.
And if I have to travel in the morning, I know that I'm in for it.
Oh no.
Oh no.
If I have to get up extra early and then leave, I'm fucked. I'm absolutely fucked.
Yeah. See, I can kind of like poop on command. I don't have to do a schedule. But look, this game has great unzipping noises. I gotta tell you, it's very satisfying to hear the unzip. Okay, because I don't know. And then a lot of throat clearing, because is that a thing? I've heard like guys kind of use that as a signal that they're coming behind you, and maybe just like it's a courteous thing. Like, like I don't know. Like, do you guys grunt a lot in the bathrooms or?
No, but I think guys are. I've heard it. I've heard people. I think guys, they think it's funny too, so they're like trying to be as loud as possible sometimes when they're in the bathroom. So
this game will teach you all about the dude bathroom etiquette that I've heard about my whole life as a woman. This lore, this whole rich world of the bathroom rules. You do not make eye contact. You do not look down. You only look forward. Unless you're a homeless guy jerking off in the corner.
Yeah, you look at the wall is what you do. You look at the wall.
Right.
Yeah.
And there's not even like the glance and the head up thing. There's no like nod. You don't do any of that. I've been told if you do any movement with your eye, if you make an eye contact at all, you have to then do something like to say something to like divert the tension.
Like,
I don't know.
Talk about football.
Yeah, you got to just throw out something random like grandma's apple pie or something. So if you want to play a game,
Patriots?
That's right. How about those Patriots? So if you want to play Toilet, this is a little puzzle game where you have to get guys to urinals without looking at each other. And men should never look at each other for too long. I mean, straight men, obviously, gay men, you go at it, but straight men should never look at each other too long. It gets a little awkward, especially if you're unzipping. Right. So check out Toilet. All right, so now quickly, just a game. We all know poop is used in fertilizer. And I played finally this Stardew Valley clone, John. You mentioned this to me, and I'd seen it. It's called Fields of Mystria. Overwhelmingly positive reviews. People saying it's Stardew Valley clone. I didn't like it. They just did a massive update. I thought the game was shit. Everybody in the village looks like a weirdo. The goal is to attract new villagers to the town of Mystria. And it just... the pacing of it, the progression of it just didn't feel good to me. And maybe I've just done the Stardew Valley thing too many times. You know, I've done this cycle of get your axe, get your mining pick, or I just didn't like how it was presented. But I did want to bring this up because it is actually really well reviewed. And if you love Stardew Valley and you play a lot of these games, do check out Fields of Mystery because they just had a massive update. And yes, there is poop as fertilizer, and there's animals, and there's all this stuff. But for me, I'm just over it. I couldn't do it. I went and played a lot of Path of Exile 2 again this week, just mapping and trying to hunt around for the different citadels. Then you can take down like a boss. And I think I'm like level 80 or something. So I haven't been playing too much. But Path of Exile 2, definitely a game that's not shit. But that's just kind of what I've been up to. And I am also drinking a brown drink that looks like it could possibly be poop. It's Clefa Mocha Coffee. If your poop looks like this, you're screwed. What do you mean the poop connection doesn't smell strong enough for me? Every game I had poop in it. Fields of Mystery had poop in it. The toilet was literally poop. Warhammer was polishing a turd. I brought my poop game.
You did.
Took this seriously.
Yep.
I 100%
You
pooped this. Thank you very much.
Dove right in.
I'm pooping right now. All right, John, what are you doing over there? Hopefully not pooping.
Well, I bought a game over the holiday break that I really played for the first time this week. I played a little bit over the holiday. And Kevin, based on every review I saw for this game, it's the biggest pile of shit in the world. And the reason I bought this game is because I watched that Madden documentary, and I'm like, I want to play Madden now. So I bought the new Madden game, and it was like $28 or something. But dude, the reviews were so like on the Xbox. You can read the reviews. Everyone hates this fucking game, like saying in college and this sucks.
Yeah.
And as someone that does play Madden all the time, I'm not. Is it true? Is it shit? Is this game shit to you?
Yes and no. Let me say it is not, because like if you play by yourself and you play and you're just doing a season and you're actually playing it like as a football game, it's actually not bad. I actually think it's one of the best in a while for that. Okay. But if you go online and play against people, you want to talk about sweaty. People run the same. They have a bunch of money plays. It's broken. So there's a lot of glitches and just stuff people can do, and it's not, when you play online, it's not fun. So that's where I think you're getting most of the negativity from, because it's broken online.
Right.
So
and
don't I was gonna say, don't you think it's ironic too that it's like half off, and that whole documentary was saying how NFL 2K5, because it was only $20, that's why they pulled the thing.
Yeah, you're right. I didn't think of that because the NFL said, "Fuck you! You can't devalue our brand by selling an NFL game for $20," and Madden does it for $28. During the biggest buy season of the year. Was it that was it also on the physical edition, $28? Okay.
Yeah, it was half off. So yeah, it was $30 for us, or $29.99. Yep. Same with college.
All right. So I've never really played Madden. Like I really haven't. Like I maybe back in the day, like on the Genesis or something with my friends. But I never
come a long way.
I've never got into the real modern ones. And my sports games, well, at least in the last few years, have been like the show. Like I love the show. And what I like the most about the show is the Diamond Dynasty thing with the baseball cards and all that, and making your team and doing all the challenges. And that's what I've been focusing on with Madden. And I'm having actually a lot of fun doing that. What do they call the Ultimate Team or whatever?
Ultimate Team, yep.
Yeah. But what I do, but here's the thing: the game is clunky as shit in the menu. Like opening packs takes forever. Have you noticed this? Like it's not very streamlined. Like if you have like 10 packs, like you're in for like fucking 20 minutes of opening packs. It's so slow.
Yeah, and to be honest, I don't really mess with the Ultimate Team all that much. But yeah, that's where they make all their money. Is that right there?
Well, I do enjoy it, and I like the challenges. Is my favorite part of it. Like I did those a lot in the show too, where you just like. It's like, it's the bottom of the 7th, you're down by 2, score 3 runs, like stuff like that.
Yeah, like that's cool.
So I like doing all that stuff, and that's what I've been playing, and I'm kind of into it. And
you're not selling the poop thing, really. Like,
Well, what do you
football
mean?
looks like
I tied
poop.
it in completely with
You
poop.
didn't. You should say the football looks like
Kevin,
poop.
would you agree?
I think people would agree with you though that Madden is poop.
Michelle, I'm
Okay.
not kidding. I never saw so many bad reviews for this game before I bought
Okay.
it.
All right.
It's partly because
you like?
I mean there's no competition and people for 20 years have been wanting some competition, so they do pile on EA a little bit, but
Right.
and rightfully so. To be honest, there should be competition. I mean, back before they bought that, there were like 5 NFL games. There was NFL Fever. There wasn't just NFL 2K5. There was NFL Fever. There was Quarterback Club, Game Day. There was a bunch. So
Yeah.
yeah. So
And now this college, people in the reviews were saying the college one is the way to go. Is that true? It's still, it's still
I
EA
like the
though,
college
right?
better. Yeah, it's still very similar. I like the college better, but that might have to do with I'm a Buckeyes fan and I'm a Browns fan, and the Browns are just their shit in real life. So it makes it kind of not fun when your team is shit all the time. And we're literally called the Browns, and we're sponsored by Dude Wipes. So
And
There you go. That is poop. Let me tell you.
yeah.
All right. The other thing I want to talk about, and it is kind of poop that I had to spend $11 to play this properly. This is poop, Michelle.
Okay.
The Squid Game DLC, whatever you want to call it, for Call of Duty.
Yeah, people are mad about
I was
this.
wondering about that. I was wondering if you like that.
I kind of do and don't at the same time. So if you've seen the show Squid Game, on the first episode, there's that red light, green light game.
Yep.
And if there's a green light, you can run towards the finish line. And as soon as the light is red, if you're still moving, you will be killed
Didn't you
instantly.
play that as a kid in gym?
Sorry.
We used to.
Yeah. But
red
this
light,
one,
green light.
Yeah.
but this game, if you're moving when it's red, you will be sniped and shot in the head immediately.
Okay. Yeah, we
That's what
didn't play
happens.
that one.
So they recreated that in Call of Duty in the red card map, which is the soccer field. And if you remember, we talked about the red card map and how there's a soccer field, but you can't go on it.
Yeah.
You're only in the. Well, now you can. You
Okay,
play
cool.
the red light, green light in the soccer field, and it's exactly like the TV show. And so you have to get to the finish line without getting killed, and also the other players can fuck with you. Now, the thing that's shit that everyone's mad about is that this has a separate battle pass
Yep.
that costs 1,100 Call of Duty points, which essentially is $11. And the event only is like for 20 days. So basically, you're paying $11 to participate in something for 20 days, and then
if
that's
you have
it.
the other battle pass, it doesn't count, doesn't give you anything, doesn't give you access
Yeah,
to
that's
it.
shitty.
No, there's actually two. There's 2 tiers of the battle pass. There's the free, and then there's the premium. So everyone can unlock the free items, but if you want the good stuff, you have to pay 1,100 points to get the premium tier. So it's kind of shitty, but I did spend the 1,100 points because I'm like, you know what? This will be fun to just see if I can get all of the all of the unlocks. There's I think there's only like 10 levels total. And then also, it's not just the red light, green light mode, which, by the way, is kind of like just a one-trick pony, kind of boring. It takes a while to get it going. If you cross the finish, there's a lot of spectating in it. I'm unclear about like if you're actually getting XP if you leave early. It doesn't really show that. But they also then incorporated the Squid Game into the other regular MP maps. So like what they did is like you'll be playing like Domination or something, and there will be like this gun that's like the roulette pistol, which I guess is from the show. I don't remember. Do you remember that? The roulette gun? Did you watch this show, anyone?
Yeah.
Is that the Russian roulette gun? Or
Yeah,
something?
I think they had a
If you have to
roulette,
see an
one of
episode.
the games. Yeah.
Yeah, the second season's out, and I don't have the energy to
I
watch
haven't watched it yet. I want to, but I haven't yet.
The first season, Michelle, this show's pretty batshit crazy. It's
I
really
know,
well
people
done.
keep telling me to watch it, and I'm like, not on purpose. I don't know. Like, I
And
don't think I'd like
I
it.
did
and I'm
like the first season.
And I
But
do
people say it's
recommend, I strongly recommend that if you do watch it with the Korean dub with English subtitles.
I agree.
Okay.
Because the other way, it's just not the same. These are pretty decent Korean actors, and hearing their true emotion and voice is very
Yeah, it's much better that way.
It's way better, way better. So anyway, they added this Squid Game shit to all of their maps, and basically you'll be in the middle of a match, and all of a sudden, red light, green light, and everyone has to stop moving on the map. And like you'll be in the middle of a Nuketown match, right? And it's just like red light, and everyone has to stop.
Like it's actually pretty funny to watch it, to see people like in a huge battle, and then everybody just stops, and then they restart. Yeah, it's pretty funny.
So I don't know. It's a nice distraction. I'm worried that Call of Duty's turning more and more into Fortnite, but whatever.
Yeah.
So I haven't been playing all that much Call of Duty. Have they gotten any better at getting rid of the cheating, or is it? Still
I talked to my friend Matt about this. I said, because I keep showing him stuff about the cheaters, and I'm like, if there's cheaters, we're doing pretty okay. Like
They're probably not in your bracket.
I don't know. Yeah, maybe
They're
because
better. The cheaters you're going to run into more the better you are. I mean, that's how it is in Siege.
right.
And then they'll ban them all in waves. So
Yeah, I mean, there's some matches without a doubt where we are just sweated beyond belief, right? Like it's just insane. And sometimes it's not. We're the sweaty ones, which is the skill-based matchmaking. So
Yep.
I don't know. I still play it. I still like it. I'm
That's all that
prestige level. Wait, I haven't prestige the second time. We're kind of refusing to go on. We're stuck at 55.
You know what's funny? I never prestige in that game because I think it's funny when people see you and they think you're a noob, and then you kill them.
Right.
Oh, look at this guy that never prestige. He's a noob. And then
We just prestige once, and I'm like, are we gonna do this again? Because you lose all your fucking shit.
Yeah, I don't want to go through all that again.
All right, and then I played a toilet game.
Okay. What'd you do?
Now, okay, so you and I talked about this, Michelle, and I still don't fully understand who.
Yeah, the Half-Life mod, Skibbity Toilet. Yeah.
Skibbity Toilet, Riz, Ohio.
Like, cause like I went to Walmart one day and there was all this Skibbity Toilet shit. I'm like, what the fuck is this? And it's a toilet with a head poking out of it. Well, it turns out it's some machinima series that some dude started using the Source engine.
Yep.
Like some Gary Mod type stuff. Like Half-Life engine, and it's just a guy in a toilet that sings like songs and shit. And but then it developed into like a whole series where there's like a story and like it's the toilets versus the camera people and they're like the overwatchers and stuff. And so I looked in to see if there's games, and there's actually a bunch of games on Steam, but they're not like official. I don't know if anyone really owns Skibbity Toilet. I know some guy does because he has licensed merchandise, but he doesn't seem to be going after people just knocking it off and making games on Steam. And so the game that I played was Skibbity Toilet Hero. It's like $2, and it does seem to run like on the Half-Life engine or something. It's
like
a
serious Sam almost.
Yeah, it's a crude like 3D older engine, which is fine, and it's totally shitty. The shooting sucks, and it's just an endless wave game, a horde game. Where you have waves and waves of toilets with heads on them coming after you in this like shitty Half-Life world.
Yeah, they're called a fast-paced Ultra Kill and Doom like game.
Yeah, but it's like $2. It's kind of like great for $2. Like it's a stupid distraction. It's one of these games where they just throw all these assets all over the map and it's all chaos. Like you're running up buses to get on top of rooftops and they'll just throw a car on the roof. It's like there's like things everywhere. And then at the same time you're being chased by these toilet heads, and the shooting sucks. The reloading is horrible. There's no like reloading animations.
It has good reviews. People are saying
I know, that's what I'm saying. It's kind of fun, but it's kind of low effort. But it's better because it's low effort, because it just kind of, it's playable. It works. It's kind of broken. It's kind of not broken. And you're just shooting waves of toilets in this little interesting Half-Life world. And for $2,
yeah, for $2, you got your money's worth, right?
Yeah, it's totally fun.
That's awesome. That's all that matters.
I did the first few levels, and I don't know. I kind of just enjoyed it. So, but those are my toilet games, Michelle.
Well, why just me? Why don't you tell all of us about them, John?
Yeah.
Michelle, what is this? Sounds like
I keep wanting to call
I'm here too.
Kevin Matt.
Yeah, I know.
Well, I know you miss Matt. You need somebody new to shit on. So
It's true. Well, I mean, he's probably gonna shit on me, not you. So we'll see. I don't know.
You were
He's
just
not,
so shitty to bat. That's probably why he left. You know.
Yeah, he's crying. Everybody says Canadians are just quitting left and right now. So.
Oh, Trudeau.
Oh no. Oh no.
But we have
Speaking
like
of,
he might
might be
maybe get
American
another.
soon.
He might be. Okay, sure. All right, so those
I'm
are some good
drinking
poop games.
a Partake IPA.
All right, what did you do over there, Mr. Guy Pooped in your game store? What he inspired you to play? What?
Well, I actually hit the trifecta poop. I played 3 poop games.
Triple.
All right, Kevin.
All right. Do you guys know? Have you ever heard that what the rarest PlayStation 4 game is?
No.
And probably didn't. It is a game called Poop Slinger, and right now, if you have a complete version of that game, is worth about $1,500.
Oh my God! I see it on eBay for $5,000.
Yeah, if you have one that's new, it's about $2,500 to $2,600. It's crazy. So,
oh my God.
The reason this is so rare is because the dipshits that made it, they put it out on April 1st. And it was some company called Diggity.net that did it, and they called it limited rare games. So everybody thought this was an April Fool's joke because they thought it was limited run games, like it was a spoof and, a game called Poop Slinger. And I guess they had like 800 copies ready to sell, and only 84 of them ever sold.
Really?
So, yeah, they closed it down. So there's only 84 physical versions of this game. I don't have a physical version. I wish I would have bought one.
Yeah.
So I did go out and I bought it on the PlayStation Network for $4.99. And it's actually pretty. It's nothing special. It's you're shooting poop. There's 2 modes. You're shooting poop at zombies as they run at you, or you're shooting poop at just people walking by like a park, and you get points for shooting. It actually even has bullet drop in it, and you can upgrade your guns. You can buy new types of poop. Some of the poop,
Wait, new types of poop?
Yeah, you can. It's like Call of Duty. You can get new loadouts and everything. In this
Like
game.
you mean
It's
like
actually-
poop with corn in it, poop, wet poop, solid poop, dark poop, white poop.
So some of the poops you can get like instead of brown poop is a standard fried food Western diet. But then you can
Okay.
upgrade to green poop. It's a rich mixture of
If
leafy
you see
green.
white poop, you better check
old-
for pancreatic cancer, John. You were saying light.
There's white poop. White
That's
poop
not good.
is paste, marshmallows, chalk, and an unhealthy amount of sugar.
Unless some
You get
liver
white poop.
enzymes malfunctioning is what that
But
is.
there's all
Hopefully
kinds
it's-
of different colors of poop.
Okay.
You can get sniper rifles and so I played enough just so I could get a sniper rifle, because the selling point was that some of the people will even yawn and you can snipe poop in their mouths.
Ew.
So
is this actually a good game?
no, it's just a silly game. But for $5, I mean, I played it for a little bit, but no, I wouldn't recommend anybody buy this.
Not for
I did it more
$5,000 on eBay, like we're looking at here. Okay, why are people doing this? Just collectors to have every
this
PS4
is
game?
part of that. Okay, so it's limited rare games. Is that some boutique publisher that publishes
It's some
indie-
one-off. Yeah, and it looks like limited run. Like even the logo looks like limited
Yeah,
run.
I've done the
everybody
limited
thought
run.
this. Right.
Because so I'm on eBay right now, and there's a bunch of these limited rare games. Mm-hmm. Like, is this the kind of stuff that comes into your store? The limited rare or limited run?
I mean, sometimes you usually see these at conventions and stuff like that. But limited run, limited rare. There's a bunch of different ones. They specialize in these little like indie games where they'll make a limited run, for lack of a better term, of physical versions.
Right.
Of the
yeah,
games.
no, I get it. And I feel like there's a need for this for people that want to collect, because everything is digital, right?
Mm-hmm. The reason this one's so valuable, though, is because nobody believed it and only 84 people bought it. So there's supposedly only 84 copies out there. But I have a feeling those other like 700 plus are sitting in a warehouse somewhere. Or somebody has them.
Yeah.
I
They're just
doubt
going to
they
release a bunch
destroyed
and
them.
devalue them.
Yeah,
84 is an odd production
Yeah.
run for something.
Yeah.
No, they did 800. They made
Oh.
800, but only 84 sold.
Oh, okay. So well, they didn't destroy them. Why would you?
I don't know. I think the company went out of business that made the physical versions of it.
There's someone
So, I
sitting
don't know
on a
what's
gold
going on.
mine here, okay?
I think so. I think so. But if here's the thing, they'll probably only release 1 or 2 a year because otherwise
Right, you
you're
don't
gonna
want to flood the
destroy-
market.
Right.
With poop. Yeah.
So So I played
John,
that. I
you're
played another.
blasting music, just FYI, for the stream. Sorry, go ahead.
All right, I got two more games. Two quick games.
What?
One. Oh,
No,
are we good?
Yeah, you are. You're blasting music on the stream. But don't worry, it won't impact our recording, so keep going, Kevin.
How?
Okay.
How can I be blasting music on a stream?
Yeah, people are saying it.
Probably in your browser or something. But yeah, let's move on. Sorry, what else?
Okay, the next game I played was called Muddy Heights 2. And this game, I couldn't find Muddy Heights 1. I wanted to play Muddy Heights 1 before Muddy Heights 2. But basically, all you do is you lean your butt over like a balcony and you poop out onto a crowd of people. And it's kind of like if you ever played Burnout Revenge, where you're trying to cause as much damage as possible. So you shoot your poop out and you're hitting people and you can move it around. You have a limited time where you can move it around and you can jump and hit people, or they can slip in your poop that's on the ground. And you also have to do different objectives where you have to find three rolls of toilet paper in the arena. You buy extra as you get points. You can buy power ups, like you can buy a double jump, which is you eat bubble gum and then you can double jump, so you can get up to higher areas. Or you eat a chili pepper and you can explode your poop and do
And there's
more
been
damage.
2 of these, and they're all well reviewed. This is like what I don't get. This is like crossing over to like a poop fetish. I feel like at some point, like this is for sick fucks.
Have we never done poop games, a
I
poop
don't think
theme
we
show
have.
before?
I don't think we have.
How's that
It's like a deep well.
How's that possible?
It's a deep well. There's like sequels.
Yeah.
They're all well rated. It's a thing.
It's actually for like it was $2.99, so I wouldn't recommend people buying it, but it was fun for 15-20 minutes of torturing people and shooting poop on them, and the graphics are terrible. It's just fun. It was for $2.99.
Pull your pants down and spread.
Yeah, just
poop
shoot poop. Yeah. It was basically Burnout
Yeah.
Revenge with poop.
Yeah.
Well, I was going to say, you saying Burnout Revenge makes me miss playing Burnout Revenge.
But Burnout was awesome, especially the crash mode.
The crash mode,
was-
the stoplight, like you have to you cause as much damage as you can, and you can like steer the car as it's flipping around and stuff.
Yep,
right?
Yep. You could do that. You basically do that with poop.
That was fun as shit. Why was the Xbox 360 era so great?
I think the people making games were so good back then.
Yeah,
and
that's when we had
you know what? I'm glad you
people.
said that, because I've been hooked on a lady that's called Linda Fryer. She has a YouTube channel, and she worked for Xbox, helped launch Gears of War, and then she worked for WB, and she helped with Shadow of War and Shadow of Mordor. Like, those are two of my favorite things. I think people were just better at making games back then. The reason I recommend her YouTube channel is because she kind of goes about what's going on in the video game industry now compared to then. So if you want to know, she's very level-headed too. She doesn't really shit on anybody, for lack of a better term, but she kind of explains what's going on in the video game industry now. I wish somebody would hire her back, because
they
she
wouldn't want
was
to pay her
amazing.
enough, right? I mean, the talent has sort of moved on to other fields where they get paid more and they're passionate.
Yeah, the
about-
talent moved on. Now they're making Muddy Heights 2 is what happened.
They're making their own games.
They opened their own studio.
Why the hell they gotta work under Phil?
Yeah, third place Phil. But
That's right.
and I played one more game, and it's called Poopy Time. It is called Poopy Time, and it is a $2 game on PlayStation. And
Why
this
there's a
game,
lot of poop games on
John, I'm
PlayStation?
telling you, it's a
There
thing.
are.
I Googled. Yeah, poopy time.
but this was the best of the three. And
Okay.
all you do, it's very simple, is you run around, and there's like 5. Well, you got to run around and eat and build up a meter until you can poop, and then you can poop in designated spots. If you slip on somebody else's poop, it really slows you down. You can get coffee to speed up. This is more like an arcade style game, and whoever poops the most during the before the timer reaches 0 wins the round. It's very simplistic, but it actually wasn't bad. It was actually pretty fun to play. So out of the 3, Poopy Time was my best one.
Another well-reviewed games, 4.5 star. Poopy time. People love it. You found some good poop gems. It's a whole thing, John. It's a genre. I know you probably didn't dig that
Apparently.
deep. Yeah.
It is. I guess since I'm going to be forever tied to poop. Since
You
someone
are
took a
the
shit
guy
in my
pooping
store.
in your store. You have to embrace it. I saw you posted a picture in our Discord of like Mike Tyson from Punch Out on the back room in your store, and it's like no public bathrooms. So I feel like that's going to cause people to be like, "Oh yeah, take this, buddy."
Yeah.
That's right. He's going to play it.
I'm going to play this on a loop, John. And I am drinking a Coke Zero Sugar.
All right, so a lot of big news going on with CES and kind of leaks. The Switch 2. Now, Kevin, I'm imagining that you can't wait till this thing comes out, right? You can then you can finally get your boat. You just got the Bentley after the COD money.
Yeah, I'm definitely getting a full yacht, sail on Lake Erie with it.
But I've been seeing like leaks all week. Actually, the past few weeks, like every component is being leaked. Like
It's so unlike Nintendo too.
Here's the main board. Here's this. Here's the back of here's the dock. Here's the Joy-Con. And I've been kind of piecing it all together. And today there was like serious leaks because at CES, I guess there were vendors, whatever you want to call them, exhibitors that were selling like Switch 2 cases and accessories, right? And so they had like dummy Switches. And I truly believe that we have now really seen the Switch because it matches up with previous leaks if you piece everything together.
And what are you excited about? Because you said you were excited about
something. Okay, so, all right, the one thing that I saw today is there's two things. Okay, so there is some kind of an infrared light-emitting diode, like on a mouse or whatever, on the Joy-Cons. On the top, like where the left and right bumpers are. When you take it off. And so people are speculating that two things, okay? So some guy said that he has seen the interface of the next Switch, and he said on one of the screenshots there was a mouse pointer. So speculation is that the Joy-Cons are gonna behave like Wiimotes or the LG Magic Remote, where you can move, you can point at the screen. And also speculation is, and some people claim that this is true or fact, is that the dock is going to have basically like a Wii U motion or Wii like motion sensor built in. I mean, what do you guys think of that? Would that be? They have to listen. They have to have some gimmick, without a doubt. I just don't believe that it's just going to be. Oh, here's a Switch 2. It's a little bit bigger and more powerful. I just don't think
how is
that's
that gonna
enough.
Be a game changer because they're going to have the old games still work. So some new games will take advantage of this mouse pointer thing at the dock, like you wave or something. Like, what is it really going to be that much of a game changer? If in Zelda you can swing your sword at the dock or something.
Well, they already have that kind of functionality with the sensors in the current Joy-Cons.
I hope it's not in the dock. I hope it's just built into the Joy-Con, because if it's in the dock, I mean, not everybody puts their dock in front of their TV.
True.
Well, then I saw another image of the supposed dock that has that Wii sensor on the side of it, and then the screen on the Switch 2 would remain on when you dock it, and then on the top it would say what game is being played. You follow what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I first of all, that would really wouldn't work in my living room to have a Switch in a dock in front of my TV. It would block my TV or some of it, I think.
I have all my stuff hidden in a closet, and then my TV's just all you see is the TV on the wall.
Or you're playing handheld, like you said. So what? They don't want to limit it to just when docked. So.
Yeah, I hope it's just
exciting and a game changer.
This is exciting, and also the other thing that I read is that they're going to have a social feature in this, like a TikTok style thing where you can post videos, screenshots. There's going to be commenting, like kind of like they did on the Wii U.
You need a new console for that? Like that we added social features? Like that's exciting.
I like that on the Wii U. Yeah, actually I do, because on the Wii U I actually kind of enjoyed that. I was drawing dogs and stuff, and people were rejoicing.
7-year-olds in Cincinnati were excited about your Snoopy.
I'm sure
What?
I'm sure it'll have the jizz, John. It'll have the Nintendo jizz.
Yeah, Cranky says, "Oh my God,
it.
Nintendo invents online social gaming." Like, what a game changer.
Well, the thing is that, you know what? The Switch actually took a step back from all that. They were going heavy in that direction with the Miiverse and all that shit.
Yeah,
and then they
because
just kind of
everyone was
abandoned it.
doodling dicks, and your kids were looking at them, so they had to, right? I mean, you know why.
I'm more interested in the power of it, but it sounds like it's only going to be slightly better than a PS4.
Well, the power
hearing.
draw on it is double the current Switch, according to some leaks I saw.
That's not saying much though. But to be honest, with Nintendo, it really doesn't matter in my opinion. They just if you want to play Zelda, you want to play Mario, that's the place to go. So
And
people are going to buy it no matter what.
it's going to sell like crazy. I still can't believe that the Switch sold as much as it did. And I think it's going to overtake the PS2 as the number one selling system of all time, which is crazy.
Now, what time frame though were they both sold? Was it where the Switch was more featured for a heavier time?
No, the PS2
PS3,
they kept diving. The PS2 sold way longer than it should have.
It was also at a time when
they were counting
less
numbers.
competition.
I think that there's some controversy around that PS2 numbers, that they were like banking numbers or years after.
There were less gamers back then, to be fair, though.
Yeah.
Well, also too, that thing got down to $100, and man, I remember this is how long I've been selling games. When I was in my store, they were $100. We sold so many of those all the time. It was so easy to sell a PS2 at $100, a slim. We were cranking those things out every day. We'd sell a bunch of them. So if they could ever get the Switch down even further, that would be awesome. Maybe once Switch 2 comes out, the Switch 1 will really drop in price.
But that Switch Lite, I mean, that's cheap, right? So maybe that's
$200.
They'll maybe do another light version.
Yeah. I mean, the PS2 did so well because it was a cheap way to get a DVD player.
Oh, it was. Yeah.
Yeah. And
I can't tell you how many times I sold that and a copy of The Matrix.
No, but a lot of people justified it. Like, why would I buy a DVD player? Just buy a PS2. Like,
yeah, I know. I had both. So, and Lord of the Rings looked like shit on it, and I thought it looked good at the time.
What's that?
Lord of the Rings on my DVD player. I remember me and my boyfriend were like, "This is the best looking thing we've ever seen." And then I went back and watched it, 15 years ago. Like the DVD, it's so bad looking. They were 720p or something. Like the DVDs, like they didn't look good. I don't know what was wrong. I don't know what the hell was wrong with our eyes.
They were 480
DVDs. I thought they were 720.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure they're 480.
I don't know.
I miss the days ago.
The HD
stores.
It wasn't good. That's all I know, because I went back and looked at it like 20 years ago or 15 years ago, and it didn't look as good as you remember. But yeah, PlayStation 2 still had a really good library.
Yeah, they were 480.
Yeah, not very good.
720 by 480.
Lord of the Rings is not a bad movie, you crazy coot. No, it's not.
Right. And then also on some of these leaked images, they show the Joy-Cons. You know those slide things that you can put on the Joy-Cons with the little strap?
Yeah.
Yep.
I guess there's a mirror inside of it that redirects the IR to the top of it. So it's not coming from the side. You follow what I'm saying? So it is more like a pointer. I don't know. This seems kind of credible to me. I kind of hope it's true. I want some juice somewhere.
Yeah.
When do you think it's going to come out?
Well, I've been saying forever that like around Easter, like March, April, May, something like that.
I hope so. I'm just not sure, but I hope so. That would be fantastic. That's when Nintendo loves to launch systems, is around Easter.
Yeah, and that's what I've been saying, because I remember like it was either Black Friday or it was Easter, like the spring. Like those were like the two like. The first DS came out in Christmas.
Are you
I don't
still
remember the last
selling
Easter
Switches
one.
like for this holiday season at your store? Like
Yeah,
a lot of
I
people-
sold quite a
okay.
few. Yeah,
So
they were they were like
ruin that.
they did the same thing though. Is you get a free Mario Kart and it was like $50 off, so it was actually a good deal.
Yeah.
So yeah, they still sell like crazy.
And I was predicting that Mario Kart 10 is going to be the launch game.
That would be a good one. Yeah, definitely. Come out with a new Mario Kart. That would be awesome.
Just don't do like a double dash type thing. That was horrible.
I hope they have a new Mario. I hope they're working on a new Mario game too. They need something like that too.
What if it was Mario Kart and Odyssey, 2 launch games?
That'd be
No.
sweet.
They're not going to do that.
You think they're going to do a sequel to Odyssey? Odyssey 2?
I do. I think it's overdue, and they've probably been working on it. And they're probably scared shitless of Astrobot.
Yeah, probably.
I don't think Nintendo's
Astrobot was
scared
such a
of
copy, though, of all the good stuff from
Nintendo
Mario.
is not scared of anything. They have Zelda and Mario. They don't give a shit about anything else. I don't buy any of this. I think they're doing their own thing.
I don't think.
As much as I shit on Nintendo, I still don't think they're scared. I don't think they're threatened. they're definitely assholes to like everything in their IPs and protecting and all this. And, John, we have this thing, Xbox coming to LG TVs, like we've been talking about for a while. We knew it was happening.
Yeah.
This was announced during CES. So Nintendo's looking at that everybody can kind of play games anywhere, just with streaming now, or cloud, or your TV is now a console. So maybe they feel some pressure, but I don't think it's going to eat into them. So are you excited about the LG OLED TVs with Xboxes in them, John?
I'm going to try it, assuming that mine can run it.
Probably not. It's too old. I'm assuming it's going to be only the later OSs,
But yeah, this is. Listen, it's been obvious all along. This is the fucking plan, right, for Microsoft, and I think a lot of people are going to be butthurt about this as we go forward. I mean, Kevin, does this scare you? I mean, are you looking at getting a Subway or what?
Yeah, I'm looking into franchises right now. I'm thinking more Jimmy John's than Subway.
Yeah,
so.
I think that's
Subway
better.
is awful. I haven't been there in like
gross.
I don't even think about Subway anymore. At one point, I loved it, and now it doesn't even exist to me.
It's not even real bread.
And I know they added like meat slicers. Like,
oh, did they?
I'd be worried about it if it wasn't. Unfortunately, Xbox is, in third place, and
Doesn't matter.
know.
Xbox could go away. Your store is going to be fine. Yeah.
There's a reason. I know there's people going to hate me for this. So there's a reason Xbox is in the back corner of my store now. It's because Switch and PlayStation 5 are by far the best. They're up front, and we kind of buried Xbox in the back because it is the least of the selling. And that could be partially
is it because of Game Pass? And like, did Indiana Jones
less
get any
Xboxes out there?
Did you get any Indiana Jones play in your store?
Yeah, we actually sold some. It's funny because there's still people that like to collect. There's Xbox diehards that want to collect that stuff and they want to get the physical. Ironically, I don't know if you saw, but Indiana Jones has less data on it than some NES games. There is nothing on that disc. It is just URL to take you to download the game.
Yep,
there's
just
nothing on that disc.
Yep, just proof you own it. It's DRM, and that's where we've been headed. So you got to go and download the 120 gigs or whatever it is of movies.
There was like 300 kilobytes on that disc.
Wow,
that's all that's
on it.
Are
you kidding me?
No, I took a picture of it. I couldn't believe it when I popped it in. I'm like, there is nothing on this disc. It was crazy.
Yep.
It was unbelievable to me.
But that's the thing with physical. I always tell people, it's like you don't own anything because they can shut your servers off, or they can. It's not necessarily yours. So
well, see, that's the thing. That's why like Switch and PlayStation are a lot more friendly in that aspect, when you don't really have to be online for most of it. Some of it, sure, you do, but a lot of them do ship with at least a playable version. Especially Switch. Switch most of the time, not all. It's not 100%.
Well, that's interesting. What do you think they're going to do with Switch 2? Will they have the exact carts that fit in it, or some new type of cart, or what's the rumor there?
Actually, I'm getting kind of worried about it because I think even Nintendo is going to be forced to go more online, because a lot of people haven't heard, but there's a bunch of these little cartridges out now that let people copy Switch games, and the problem is every Switch game has a unique serial number to it.
Right. So I mean, Nintendo would know instantly that you're a pirate.
Right. So they've been banning some people, but the problem is like for me,
just play offline though.
Right, but what happens? Somebody buys a game, they copy it, then they sell it to me. So now there's two of the same games, like connecting online, and I don't want my customers to get like their systems banned or whatever. So I think what Nintendo's doing is they're actually making some of the games connect online, or they're starting to put updates for the systems right on the cartridges. And I think they're going to be forced to just have it check in every now and then because piracy.
Can they do that?
People buy that on PC though, or they turn that off and they just bypass it. So I mean,
just keep Wi-Fi off and you're set.
Yeah.
Right. You're fine if you're smart, but people are dumb and they're going to go online.
All right. Well, okay. So speaking of this, so I saw this article, and Kevin, I want to know if this has happened to you in your store. I guess a bunch of people got like Switch games for Christmas, and they opened them up, and the cartridge was gone, and it was replaced with a googly eye.
Just one? That's an insult. It's not even both.
I don't know if I buy that. I have not had that happen.
Really?
I think that's like a copycat case thing going on.
You think so? Like What?
You think it's some big
It would-
googly eye? What do you mean?
It would have had to happen at the factory because those things
Yeah.
factory sealed. You can tell if they're factory sealed or not, unless somebody at Walmart is stealing the cartridges and resealing them somehow. But
Yeah.
Well, I always
just
thought like investing in a shrink wrap machine would be.
I was gonna say I had a friend in high school whose dad had a shrink wrap machine, and they
I
had some
have
fun
one.
with that. Yeah, because you can kind of because they'll just check at the store. Oh, it's wrapped. Go.
I have one, but 99% of games are factory sealed, and you can
Okay.
tell.
Okay.
There are some companies that look like they just had some kid shrink wrap and stuff in the back,
Right.
but most of the games are you can tell it's a machine that shrink.
But look
wrapped
at this, like Michelle. Look at the eye image.
I saw it. It's
Oh.
funny.
There's like
It's a little snake,
just-
a little
just
peepee.
a googly
actually.
eye.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the
Got
idea
it.
of like this like
believe
gang,
him.
this like gang of
I don't believe
the
this
googly
guy.
eye
He
gang.
googly eyed that. This dude googly eyed
No, and they
that
break
took a
into
picture.
warehouses.
I don't believe it. No. It's just like
I don't
every
bu- I
idiot
don't
on
buy
Reddit.
it.
They take photos. You know what the worst
Yeah.
one is? Like a guy pretending he has a girlfriend, and she left me this note today, and it's like he wrote in like Comic Sans font on like a Post-it, and he put it up. It's like "Love you, honey, see you later." There's like dudes, and it gets all these upvotes. Like that's not real. That's a dude who wanted upvotes, John. He put a googly eye in his Nintendo case. That didn't happen. It's bullshit. Like every idiot on Reddit.
It's lots
bullshit.
of people. No,
I don't
no.
believe your fucking
I don't buy
girlfriend's
it.
Post-its
Listen,
either, okay?
there's a googly eye clan. Okay, I think they're
No.
Polish
There's no
and they're
googly eye
doing
clan.
bad
they
stuff.
don't give a shit. No,
okay?
they're stealing.
It's definitely
No.
the Swedes.
They probably.
No,
They're
I
into
think
some
it's the
sick
Poles
shit.
this time.
The Poles, yeah, maybe
Yeah,
it's the
and they've
Canadians.
they're driving around in Jettas and they're going warehouse to warehouse putting
Jettas.
googly eyes.
Jettas?
Yeah,
That's
they got
German.
Jettas.
Isn't that
What?
German?
Well,
Or-
it's in the vicinity.
I don't know.
It's over there somewhere.
I think
over
I've only
there.
said it once.
What?
Anyway, let's move
What
on.
did you say
because
once?
I'm talking to the chat, John. I'm interacting with our community.
Oh.
So this is exciting. Tokyo Extreme Racer is coming to early access on PC only. And this is an old school game. I think I watched my boyfriend play on PlayStation, but it was also on Dreamcast because Kevin, I think you
Yep.
played. It was cool.
Yeah, I
It was
used
an
to play on
open world
Dreamcast.
racing game where you could flash your lights at people and just get
Well, that
into
was also-
races with real people, not
Well, that was
players.
Burnout
Like,
Paradise too, wasn't it?
this was like the first one at the time. It was open world
Yeah.
racing with other players and like an MMO almost. And I don't know. So this could be interesting. 18 years since the other one.
And it goes in
And,
early access,
Yeah.
right?
Graphics
Soon?
look kind of cool. I mean, I'm not into like tuning cars or anything, but I always I like
I
watching
kinda wanna
this.
play
I would be
this.
like, oh, flash your lights at him.
Like-
I like race him.
Like
You know,
Gran
it was kinda
Turismo
cool.
is really good, and I should be playing that still.
Yeah.
But I got ruined by the whole currency thing. They gave me too much free money because everybody was mad.
Well, isn't Forza a little bit better now? Forza's kind of overtaken it.
I don't like the Forza Paradise or the whatever the event Forza.
Yeah.
What's it called?
Horizon.
Horizon. Yeah.
That live
Yeah.
feel. Yeah. No, this was different. This had a feel to it. It was really cool. So I think
I think
this would
Gran
actually-
Turismo is more like nerdy, car nerdy, kind of. I would
This
like to
is
play this.
nerdy. I mean, yeah, you should try
Yeah.
this. It comes out in a couple weeks, right?
22nd.
25th. Yeah. So
22nd.
check this
No, this
out.
is cool. These have been around forever. Tokyo Extreme Racers, it's a long running.
That Mario Donkey Kong
Franchise.
game. I mean, the Donkey Kong Country game's coming out.
Yes, yeah, that's gonna
oh
be pretty
yeah,
popular.
when is that?
It's
'Cause I'm
like
looking-
this week, isn't it?
Is that next
This
week?
week
You're going to be
coming
talking
up
about that?
Yeah,
Or maybe it can't be our Sony
I
Pony
got-
show if you're going to be talking about a Nintendo
Play
game.
this fucking game again.
Don't play it.
yeah,
It comes out on the 16th.
Oh, okay. So that'd be the 21st.
yeah. So like a
just
week.
play it.
Yeah,
I mean,
you should play it, Con.
I feel like you always
I
enjoy
fin-
them
I-
though. You beat
I know.
yourself
I
up
finished
over
this
it.
game on the Super Nintendo like 30 years ago. Like,
Right.
It's got the juice though, John. It's got
Mm-hmm.
it's Nintendo juice.
Well,
Yep,
it's
you've got
rare
the
juice.
clock.
It's
You've got the
rare
clock.
juice. Don't say Nintendo. How dare you?
Whatever.
I'm shocked. You're such a rare guy. You haven't played Conker's Bad Fur Day.
I did
all the
play.
way
I never
through.
finished it. It's just I
You
never.
got it.
Well,
I
you
finished
never finish
Kazooie 1 and
anything.
2.
Exactly.
Let me just
No,
tell you
I
that
absolutely do.
game. I know
Yes.
some people don't like it on Xbox for whatever reason, but it is beautiful when you run it on a Series X. It's in 4K.
No, I've played it on there. I have the rare replay and all that shit. I think you can play it through that, right? Like,
Yeah, I'm talking the reloaded one though, which is not on rare replay. They just have the old the
I have it.
N64
I know
one.
I own it. I have it. Absolutely, I have that. I know I did. I tried it.
It is beautiful in 4K.
Yeah, because I read at some point. Because when did that come out? Was that on the
And the original Xbox.
Okay, yeah, I did try it because I remember people saying that they upscaled it or what they did. They made it Xbox Series X enhanced or whatever.
Yep. It looks great.
Now, Michelle, are you going to play Diablo, the original Diablo, on Game Pass?
No, I already own it, and I've already played it recently. So is that what they're getting? They're giving away with the BNet link?
Yeah, January 14th. And by the way, remember the Battle.net thing got added to Game Pass, right? Mm-hmm. And in order to play like StarCraft, I had to connect Battle.net to Xbox. But you know what happens now? Every time I open the Xbox app, Battle.net opens. And I cannot close the Battle.net launcher unless I close the Xbox app. If you try to close it, it says, if you want to close this, you need to close the Xbox app first.
Ew.
That's
Even if you go into
stupid.
Task Manager and like force
Yeah,
close
that
some
is
other...
dumb.
I didn't try that, but there's a pop-up that says...
Yeah, you shouldn't have to.
You cannot
It's so
close
messy.
Battle.net unless you close Xbox first. I think just because the StarCraft game is now in my Xbox library,
Right.
that I have to have the Battle.net app open.
Yeah.
And Xbox does that too. Like sometimes if you launch it, it'll launch like the Uplay or the EA launcher too in the background.
Yeah.
Because all that shit's like connected to Xbox. That's not good.
No, they really have to clean up the whole thing going on. Like I said, Avowed is now in the Battle.net launcher. That's coming out next month at the same time as Assassin's Creed and a couple of other games. Like a
big
weird
shit
time
month.
for it. It's not going to be, well, I mean, hopefully Matt will be back for that show. That'll be the 18th. We've got Avowed, Assassin's Creed. I'm concerned about it, but I don't know if I'm going to play in the Battle.net launcher. If the Xbox app has to be open at the same time, like that's awkward. Like, what are you saving me here? But I've definitely opened my BNet app without the Xbox app opening, so I don't know if it's like only one way or the other. But that's weird,
Right.
John. Maybe it's because you have something installed or whatever.
I don't think so. Like it happens all the time.
Okay.
So there's a bunch of stuff coming out in Game Pass though. So Kevin,
I
I'm
hear
sure
an
you're excited
echo,
about
so like
this.
both of you
Oh, I'm
shove your earbuds
super
in your
excited
ears.
about-
Shove your earbuds in your ears and like lower because I'm still hearing an echo. It's like throwing me. I feel like I'm on a delay. But
I have headphones on. So
okay.
I don't know
Well,
how
it's
you're
probably
hearing
just
me.
us leaking back into the mic. That's okay. I wanted to bring up this while you brought up Assassin's Creed, John, because they just showed off these new parkour changes. They went and redid the stealth. Now they're saying we just went and redid the parkour, and there's all these new ways to get around. And here, take a look at it. Like, remember, this game was already supposed to be out, and they have gone through and reworked two of the whole system. So do you have more faith about the release, or is this like, what the fuck, you guys were going to release this broken and now you're fixing it?
I don't think it's going to be.
You don't think it's going to matter?
I think they're doing damage control.
Okay.
Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
right? They're like, just put something positive out there that we made
Right.
some big
Like,
change
we've
and
done fixes and
okay. You guys did this like a year ago. You're just trying to find something to talk about, right? Like,
Careful.
Yeah,
Good thing Matt's not here. He'd get upset.
It sounds like they bet the farm on this game too, and
Yeah.
that
They've already had like
might be
Japan
done.
sue them, so now they have to like.
Yeah.
just
I
like,
guess
we
they got to
made
get
parkour
comfortable
better.
with not owning. They got to get comfortable with not owning their company.
That's right. I know this is
It's
like
gonna
make or
get-
break
I
it
think
time.
10 cents. Yeah, I think 10 cents going to scoop them up.
Well, Tencent just got like deemed a military company, right? I saw this article. U.S. designates Tencent as a Chinese military company.
oh, really?
I
Yeah,
missed
here's
that.
a Verge article. Somebody linked us on Twitter or X. Sorry.
So the DoD has added Tencent, a major Chinese tech firm, to its list of companies with alleged ties to China military. This move is part of an ongoing effort to address national security concerns.
I think they're just threatened. They don't want more Wukongs.
Well, every company too in China has to be partially owned by the government, right? So that makes sense.
Yeah, the government might have said, "Hey, can you guys are programmers, come up with something like that guides missiles or whatever, like."
Yeah.
And
Tencent's a big
it's just like the
company, so-
TikTok thing too. I heard that Kevin O'Leary is going to buy TikTok, the U.S.
The guy from
Portion
Shark
of it.
Tank.
Yes.
I like Shark Tank.
Weird, but okay.
Yeah. So Helldivers movie adaptation has been announced at CES. I don't know how I feel about this. Maybe it could be cool, but a lot of people did like the Helldivers vibe. I think both of you guys included just thought it was cool, and you kind of like the world.
I still like Helldivers. I wish more people would play it. That
Well, we have
everybody
a
kind of
key to
a lot
give
of people
away.
moved on. So
They did.
I like it. I still play it all the time. So if you want to play with me, I'll
hit us up in the Discord.
whoever wins. Yeah.
Yep, that's right. We'll be giving that away
Because I don't have any friends, so I need some friends.
That's the
and
good way to
actually,
be. You have your dog. I've seen your
well,
photos. That's
well,
all
part of the reason is like the guys I usually play with, they all have Xboxes, so like they didn't get Helldivers. I wish they would put Helldivers on Xbox.
I know. Xbox
I
does
think it would be
miss
the
out
smart
on some
move.
big games. Wukong, Helldivers, Baldur's Gate last year. Like they do. That's the thing. If you only have an Xbox, I just don't think it's a wise move.
I still think they should put Helldivers on there. That would bring a lot of more people into the game.
But they aren't
It'd
going
be a
to,
smart
right?
move for
They
Sony.
don't-
No,
they
they're
want
stupid.
the exclusive thing. They want like that. That's their kind of. So yeah, maybe an R-rated movie. They've also confirmed the development of a Horizon Zero Dawn movie.
Yeah, I was going to say the Horizon. I don't know. Why do they? PlayStation seems to think that is the biggest IP they have. I don't get it.
Yeah, I don't think
either.
I don't think people care.
I don't
It makes
care.
a good game.
Yeah,
I guess.
I can't see
all
it
right,
as a movie.
I want to ask Kevin about this with the PlayStation Portal. So I saw that the PlayStation Portal usage, it peaks at night right after the PS5's peak is. So like people basically go to bed and continue playing on the Portal. Now that they've added the cloud streaming and you don't need a PS5 anymore to use this thing,
Yeah.
do people care? Are people coming to your store wanting this thing? I have to admit, it does look kind of cool, but I saw like that Austin Evans guy trying it out, and it was a laggy. It was laggy shit.
And
I
just
don't
think about
trust
that. He has one of the. He's got to have one of the top internet connections too, and it's still
It's not just your
is
internet
a little bit
connection, though. It's
laggy.
how he's got his shit set
Yeah.
up. And he was on our show, and John didn't remember.
Yeah.
And I don't trust his technical skills.
But the thing is, I thought it looked cool though. I'm like, it kind of does. Look
It looks cool. It looks
Yeah.
cool, but like I can tell you, there was a kid in my store tonight with his parents, and he was buying a game for the Switch, and the mom was kind of like saying, she bought him the Portal, and he doesn't even play it.
Yeah.
But that could be because their internet probably sucks at home.
Right.
That thing is so dependent on your internet that if you don't have great internet, it's not going to be a good experience for you.
Right.
Right.
So yeah, you got to
And
have
I've tried,
top notch.
The Xbox cloud gaming plenty of times on my phone. Never great.
Well,
Never
I've
was
streamed
good.
just fine to things.
I've streamed down here perfectly fine,
But I'm
like the show on my
wired and
PC.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I have a
now I finally have really good internet, and it works great for me now. But I'm like,
you're
around
rarity.
here, I'm a rarity that most people have shitty internet still.
Well, that's the thing,
Or
the-
most people pay for the shitty tier of the internet too.
Yeah. The Xbox in the LG OLED. I mean, how many people are going to really take advantage of it? But
I think a
Xbox
lot are
doesn't
going to
care.
try it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they will. But most people's TVs
Yep.
are Wi-Fi. They're not hardwired, and we don't know if they know how to set up a Wi-Fi network or what their speeds are or anything.
right. And for video, it's fine. So like, as long as people can watch their movies and stuff, they don't care. But when it comes to games, man,
Yeah.
streaming, you need
They
such a
have
good
buffering,
connection.
right? They don't. Yeah, games don't have that. And so
Right.
people might be like, "Oh, fuck you, Xbox. This isn't working." But it's still there. We know it. We knew it was coming. What else is going on I'm sure we'll talk about more CES stuff tomorrow when we do PC Outsiders. But was there any? There was a PlayStation event there. I saw. I didn't see what they talked about. But
Oh, I didn't see
apparently
that.
they were there. At CES. I don't know if they were showing.
I've been interested in the 3D printing stuff that's been going on there.
I guess
There's
if
some
they
cool
did
stuff.
talk about the Ghost of Tsushima anime and the Helldivers
Mm-hmm.
movie along with the Horizon movie. So that was kind of the big thing. And I didn't know there was a Ghost anime, but that's the game we're giving away, the director's cut in our Discord this week. And I like that game. Matt didn't like it. Kevin, you said you liked it.
I
think it's
love
worth-
Ghost of Tsushima. That's like one of my top
Yeah.
favorite games. I 100%ed. I
It's
did
definitely
everything
worth
you could
playing
do
if
in
you
it.
guys skipped it. And the sequel's coming out soon. I don't think you've ever tried it, John, but anime could be interesting.
There's so many people that I don't know if they just didn't advertise that game well. There's so
Yeah.
many people that have no clue about it. I always recommend it in my store, and
Yep.
most of the time people didn't know about it.
Yeah, it's just like a great
it's so-
adventure that people don't even know
Yeah.
about.
Yeah.
So the one thing I saw here is that at CES there was a keynote, a gaming keynote, and it was titled "Beyond Consoles: The Future of Gaming," and it's basically saying that there is a console agnostic future or platform agnostic future for gaming. Like there's no the idea that you have a Switch with only Switch games. Like that's going away.
Yeah.
And I guess Microsoft is seeing that. Sony's seeing it to some degree.
Sure. The only people not seeing it, Nintendo.
Is
Yeah.
Nintendo. Nintendo loves control. If you know about
Microsoft
Nintendo, they
sees
love
it
control.
more than Sony, I believe, because
They
they're
see
doing
it 'cause
day
they
one
have
releases.
to. And it's what's working for them, too.
Because
They
Sony's
don't have
waiting a year
exclusives.
to release the big games. Like I think that they need to get rid of that.
Well, sometimes Helldivers
Helldivers came out the same
Yeah.
time.
But they needed to do that because of the multiplayer. I think, right?
Right.
No, because they knew that would work better. They knew that's
Yeah,
not
for
why they didn't.
multiplayer, you'd have more players.
No, because it wasn't even about the crossplay. I think that they don't think that that's the bread and butter of PlayStation. It's not people buying shooters. They know that
Well, it was an
gonna be bigger on
accident too
PC.
that happened.
Yeah, They
Yeah,
did
I
it
don't
on
think.
PC.
I mean, they put all their money in Concord, and they didn't put as much money
Oh
in
my
Helldivers.
God.
Helldivers
That's
was a
still
surprise.
mystery.
Right.
Yeah.
That was a surprise
And
for
then
them.
the other thing I saw is that there is a new handheld coming out, not made by Valve, that runs Steam OS.
Yeah,
and
they're
I guess,
pushing the Steam OS and everything now. The Lenovo Legion.
Listen. Okay, this is big news, and
Okay.
Microsoft is probably shitting a brick right now.
Okay. Well, this
And-
is Poops episode.
Well,
They're shitting.
I think so. So Lenovo Legion Go S is official. It's $499, and it's the first authorized third-party Steam OS handheld. Okay, so Microsoft is being cut out of this whole handheld gaming PC
Yeah.
thing right here, right?
Yeah.
They are making a Windows version too, but you know that Lenovo has to give Windows money for that.
Yep. So maybe the Steam
so-
version's cheaper and
Of
more
course it
attractive.
is.
Yeah.
It might even be open source for all we know, or whatever, or shareware, whatever
Why don't
that
you just
word
get the
is.
Windows version and then install Steam on it because Steam is still on Windows. But a lot of people do like the clean OS of Steam and Linux, though. Like they prefer that. So,
Right.
but
I think too for the person that's not tech savvy, it's easier if it's just
Right.
one thing. You don't have to bounce
Right.
into another.
But if we
Another
see
OS.
more of this stuff,
it's getting a
where
handheld PC. Yeah, that's basically what
the
it is.
handheld PCs running Steam OS and not Windows, I assure you that Microsoft is going to get that fucking handheld out as fast as they can. Right?
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what it is.
I mean,
can't
that's
wait.
the hardware I'm most interested in, and like even more than the Switch too is like that Xbox handheld. What's it going to have on it? So, I mean, John, have we heard anything about when they're going to announce that?
No.
Okay,
We
So that could be
there
just
was
years
there
off.
was if I could find it, there was
Yeah.
a PowerPoint presentation of like the roadmap for Xbox.
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
Because you're like, they're going to have an Xbox Pro or an Xbox, whatever the next one it's called. What's it called? Like the name came out, the leak with the Xbox, the next Xbox console. There was like a rumor. You think they're going to
God,
have
I
that
hope
out
it's
for
not
Grand
something stupid.
Theft Auto. It was like, I just saw it.
I
and
think
was
they
like,
would be smart to do that.
I want to kick somebody in the nuts, whoever called it Series X and Series S when they had a Xbox One S and an Xbox One X already. You don't know how many
Yeah.
times I have to explain that to moms and dads that have no clue what you basically are speaking Chinese and they don't
Yeah,
understand.
here's a bunch of videos I see. Xbox releasing a new console next year, showing I was right all along. Xbox next gen console corny name leaks. They're planned to call it. I'm trying to find it because I was like, what the fuck? Where is it?
I swear if Nintendo
Xbox Prime.
names
Xbox Prime. That's what they're planning on maybe calling it.
Xbox Prime at least would be better because it's something different. It's not
Yeah.
going to be confused. It's something new.
Yeah.
I swear, like Wii U or new, if they call it new Switch,
Prime
or
S, Prime X,
something, I'm
Prime
gonna
Portable.
go crazy.
People said they may go that route if they give it.
Yeah, I did find that that slideshow. Mm-hmm. It said 2028 for the next gen.
Oh,
Yeah. Then
That's a
how
long
does
time.
Xbox compete with Grand Theft Auto sales, like you said?
That can't be right now. That seems too
that's
far
a
away.
long. Yeah, that
Yeah,
seems
that's a
way
really-
too far away for them.
That's too long.
They might as well not make another system if it's going to be. That
Listen,
long.
I think that they're smart not doing a 0.5 console. I really do. Just come out with the next gen, make it more powerful than the Pro.
Mm-hmm.
PlayStation's in a position then where they're going to be behind for at least a year or two, right?
Yeah. I have a Pro as well, and it's just a little bit of an upgrade. It's not that
Yeah.
big of a deal. It's hard for me to recommend those to people, especially if you don't have a monitor or TV to pair it with.
Especially with the $550 5070.
Oh, it's
that's
too
as
much.
powerful
It's
as a
too
4090.
expensive.
It's not, by the way.
Well,
but-
here's the
That's all.
thing: it's a
Yeah.
tax write-off for me, so
Right.
I get it. It's a nice tax write-off.
Yeah, that's not a
That's
big deal
why I
for
have
you.
one.
The creator of Minecraft announced he's working on Minecraft 2 or something, and it was like a big thing online. People are like,
Everyone hates that.
Yeah, I
thing.
saw that.
they hate him, but they call him sexist and racist and shit. So I don't know if that's just like blue-haired people that are angry or if the guy's actually a douche, but you know.
Well, he had
what it is.
opinions, and
Opinions aren't
that was
good,
it.
I guess. Yeah. So,
Yeah.
but people are saying you blew it. Minecraft isn't yours anymore. Go away and fuck off. I mean, the guy's like a billionaire. If he wants to make a game, he's going to do
Right,
it.
Yeah,
so
they
these-
just
So these people are more pro Microsoft giant corporation than some dude
They
that
say
made
he's
like one of the.
anti this and anti that, and I'm like, what? I didn't.
Yeah.
I tried to like Google it. I couldn't find anything, so I don't know
Right.
what the deal is.
he's
but-
kind of right wing. That's why.
But we
Like, so on
love the
left.
giant corporation that
Yeah.
that laid off like
He
all
said
these people.
This guy's, there's somebody with like a weird anime, like a weird like fan art icon. All the weirdos out there have like fan art icons. Like they look like they've been drawing like furries with like vaginas on their butts and shit. And they're like, keep that shit to yourself, you ugly weirdo. Why are you making games and crying about LGBTQ people and women? That's all you're good at. So like people are just like, where's this guy
Right.
been complaining about women? I tried to Google his
Right, we'd
name and
rather
complain
have
about
Microsoft
women.
do
I
it.
don't know
The
what he's
one that we were
complaining
bitching about last year because they laid off
Yeah.
everybody that made Redfall or whatever. You know, like,
They want to hate everybody, and watch out for these weirdos with fucking fan art as their icons. There's something wrong with these people, or they have like a sideways cat. Here's another one that's mad at him with a sideways picture of a
sideways cat.
Yeah, people with sideways photos of cats as their profile pictures, also assholes. You're never gonna find like these assholes with dogs as their photos. Okay, you come at me if you're a sideways cat
right.
profile user because you're all
That's right.
fucking
Dog.
weirdos. Dog people are less weird, and we don't get involved in
That's
this
true.
shit. Okay, you
100%.
sideways cat people need to chill out there on social media. Okay. Yeah.
I agree 100%.
I'm telling you, it's just something I've noticed. It's the fan art and the sideways cats. Now, normal front cat, we don't know, but
Define a sideways cat.
we'll see this one in the tweet from the sideways
let me-
cat.
let me
He's
look.
got a green
Yeah.
sideways cat in our thing here. It's in our VGO news. I don't know how to copy that
Oh.
picture and put it in, but yeah, it's under the Minecraft thing. There's a lot of people with sideways cat profile pictures angry at this guy who made Minecraft.
Like a
I
cat
just wanna-
profile.
Yeah, like they have a cat, like a picture of a cat, but it's not a normal picture of a cat. It's a sideways cat. It's like a cat that's been
Did you
altered
ever-
or doctored in some ways.
Have you ever had a cat? Though,
I
ever?
haven't. I don't have a
I had
problem
one
with.
when I was a kid.
I like animals.
But dogs are
Okay.
better.
I'm a dog person.
Dogs are
You can't-
better.
So I don't know. It's
I
just
would
something
never
I've noticed.
do a cat.
I had a cat when I was a kid, but now
I want something I can take out in the woods or on a walk or.
I want something I
like-
can give a lot of kisses to on the face, and they're not going to claw my eyes
Yeah,
out. So it has to be the right breed of
Yeah.
cat. I've heard it's
Cats-
all breed based, just like so. You know.
It is cats. A lot of them are assholes, but
Yeah,
some
you
of
got to
them
get
are
a
nice,
rag doll
but-
or like a ragamuffin or whatever
Yeah.
they're called, and or a
right.
Maine Coon or something.
I have the Rolling Stone magazine.
Okay.
They announced their list. It's the 50 greatest games of all time.
Yeah, but they wrote an article that said Stellar Blade was for horny losers and the game sucked. Like, remember?
I
They
know,
were like,
but
you're
it's just-
Rolling
it's
Stone,
always
you had
curious to
John
me
Lennon
with their
naked on your
picks.
cover. Okay.
So, all right. So, what do you think their number one pick is? Greatest game of all fucking time.
Of all time.
Let's do. All right. Let's
Probably
look at the
some
last. I'll
garbage.
do. We'll just look. We'll just look at the top 5. So, what do you think is in the top 5? What are your guesses?
World of Warcraft.
Mario 64.
No.
No.
Grand Theft Auto.
Yes.
Zelda.
Okay.
Grand Theft Auto 5
Yeah.
is number 3.
That's a good one.
All right, I'll help you out. Number 5 is Last of Us.
Yeah, I disagree.
The first one or the second one?
Hard
First
pass
one.
on that.
These are the greatest games of all time. Number 4, Super Mario World. Hard to deny that one, I think.
That's a good one.
3 is Grand Theft Auto 5. Number 2, Tetris. It's tough to deny.
Yeah.
Sure, but now we're getting into a whole different type of game, I feel like.
All right, then number 1, what do you think it is? Based on what I
Shitty.
told you.
Something shitty.
No? Well, Breath of the Wild.
Breath of the Wild.
Yeah. I
Michelle, is that the
disagree.
greatest video game of all time?
No, it's not. Even Zelda
Actu-
fans don't say it is. So.
Actually, that reminds me of something. So I bet Breath of the Wild or Zelda it would fulfill this this for Michelle. But I thought of something. Let's piss some people off. What's a popular game that you think shit? Like everybody loves, but you think it's shit.
Okay.
I got one. I can go first if you want to think
Yeah,
about
go
it for a
first. Let
second.
me think.
All right, mine is going to piss people off. I like the first couple of these, but I hate Metal Gear. I hate Metal Gear. I think it's terrible. I think Kojima's overrated. I'm going to piss so many people off. I don't like Death Stranding.
I can
either.
almost relate to that a little bit.
I like the first ones. I like the one on NES, and I like the one on PlayStation.
I like the one on the GameCube. That's my favorite one.
Yeah.
But the last one I played in the desert with the horses, I was so like
I hate Metal Gear with a passion. I do not like Metal Gear at all.
But you know what? The aesthetic of it, it's my wheelhouse all the way, right?
Yeah, but it's more of a movie. Like I remember playing the one, and I watched a 30-minute cutscene. I crawled under a vehicle and watched another 30-minute cutscene, and I turned it off. I'm like, I'm done. I'm like, this isn't even a game. It's a movie. So I hate Metal Gear.
I think, like you say, for me overall, I think a lot of the Nintendo stuff is just overrated. It's not even like it's bad. It's just that like the fandom for it, you can see that these people genuinely like if you took off that title, this would be just generic XYZ. People wouldn't be going as crazy. So I think my bullshit meter kind of goes up with like these people that just have this like brand or fan loyalty to something. And I don't even know, like, do you really like this game that much? Is it really a 10 of 10? Because like, I just feel like people don't grade Nintendo fairly because of the nostalgia.
Well, I think Metal Gear gets that too. Like, if anybody who gives Metal Gear a bad rating, they get
Are we ever
destroyed.
going to get another Metal Gear game?
I don't care. But
it's an honest question. Like,
I don't know.
I mean,
Konami is a shit show at the moment, so who knows?
Right.
Yeah, I don't know.
Or is
They're such a weird company.
Kojima going to make his own new Metal Gear? He is supposedly, right?
Yeah, I think so.
That'd be. I mean, I hope it sells well for him, but it's not my thing, man. I can't stand those games.
Michelle,
anymore.
World of Warcraft is number 12 on this list.
Yeah, I mean, WoW does deserve to be honored, especially in the golden years of Burning Crusade and Wrath. So it's good to see WoW there, even though it has fallen. But I mean,
Skyrim is number 9.
Skyrim, yeah, I'm waiting. Just an article came out. Like, there's been more time that's passed since the announcement of like Skyrim than the difference between like Oblivion and Skyrim. Like, it's forever. But I have no faith in Bethesda anymore for the next Skyrim. Something I'm actually looking forward to that's supposed to be this year is like Sky Oblivion. They recreated Oblivion in the Skyrim engine. And that's going to be awesome. So if you're like an RPG fan, you play Elder Scrolls games, look up Sky Oblivion. I've talked about it before, and that's supposed to come out this year. It's like a full overhaul, like recreation of Oblivion, which was on my top 5 games of all time list, I think, or 10. I don't know, my top 5 games of all time. I think one of them was Path of Exile, one of them was WoW, one of them was Oblivion. So that I want to play. But when do we get the next Elder Scrolls game? And after Starfield, am I really excited about it? We've got a lot of people kind of infighting over there with the engine thing. Is it going to be on the same engine? Are you guys going to go to Unreal 5 or?
I think they are. I think that's been determined, hasn't it?
Okay. I hope, because I don't want the Starfield engine, the googly eyes.
Yeah, me neither.
I don't want that.
I just wanted multiplayer Skyrim. That's all I wanted.
Yeah, there was a mod.
4-player Skyrim.
Yeah,
like an MMO?
Not even an MMO. Just play it with friends. That's all I ever wanted. I didn't want Elder Scrolls Online.
The original feeling of playing Valheim with my friends was kind of like that, almost that feeling of going out, adventuring into this open world, trying to find all the bosses, figuring out how to take them down. And the survival craft elements were there, but they were so soft. And Valheim was one of my other games in the top 5 of all time. And that was a good episode, by the way, if you guys want to find it. Like John, Matt, and I all went through our top 5 games of all time. And maybe that's something we should ask every guest that comes on, John. Like what... Yeah. Can you rattle them off, Kevin? Like your top 5 games of all time, or is that just too?
I could tell you a couple. I mean, definitely Mario 64 is probably my favorite game of all time, just because it was such a huge.
I'm with you on that. You know, that.
It was such a just historically too. It was such a big.
Well, that era, like I love that in 64, and when everything went to 3D, I'm like, fuck 2D. This is it. Give me GoldenEye, give me Banjo, give me Mario 64. Give me Jet Force Gemini. Let's fucking go. Like, it just seemed. I'll never forget when I saw Mario at fucking Target, Mario 64. Like,
I was blown away.
I was like, are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah, I was blown away. So, plus, I'm old. I was selling it when it came out. So, I love that game. NFL 2K5 for me, I know it's crazy, but I'm a football guy, so that's in my top 5. I'm not even an RPG guy, but Skyrim is probably up there in my top 5. I love Skyrim. I've played.
I thought Oblivion was better than Skyrim. Did you ever try it?
I did, but I don't know what it is. I just like Skyrim better. Yeah. But aren't they supposed to be they're supposed to be redoing Oblivion?
Yeah, that's the Sky Oblivion. Yeah.
Yeah. So that'll be that'll be cool. I'll definitely try that out.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, those are probably my top.
Okay.
So many games. Yeah, I love those. And I'm more of a retro guy, so it's a lot of retro stuff. So
a lot of people have Nintendo games on their list, and it's funny, I just don't for like my top 5 games of all time. But I think that's probably the company that comes up the most. Like, there's always like one Nintendo game on somebody.
Did you say your top 5?
Well, we did them. Mine was Path of Exile, World of Warcraft, Valheim, Oblivion, and my 5th one. I picked something from every genre that I liked, and I can't remember my last one, but. It definitely wasn't a Nintendo game. We did it on video maybe 2 Aprils ago or something like that. I still remember I was wearing pink and the room was... I remember what I was wearing, but I don't
remember now, yeah.
Yeah. But I don't remember my other game. But it was a good episode. I don't know what I picked.
I probably did pick Mario 64, Call of Duty, Battlefield, like World of Warcraft. I know it was on that. I remember now.
Yeah, so the games you always play over and over. Gears of War might be in there. I love Gears of War. So
that wouldn't be on mine. But, okay, so I want to talk about this real quick because so Call of Duty had to go to court, or Activision did.
Call of Duty, the entity.
They said Call of Duty there.
Duty. Please stand, Call of Duty.
Hey, you should have tied that in with Squid Games. Duty.
So it was so there was a lawsuit because of some school shooting, the one in Uvalde, Texas, in 2022, and I guess they blamed Call of Duty on it.
Silly.
And so Call of Duty had, I think that was the one involving whatever. We don't need to talk about that. But so they had to disclose like some of their numbers, development costs and sales and all that.
Right.
And so these documents have come to light, I guess, in the last week or so. And so it listed the development costs for Black Ops 3, Modern Warfare 2019, and Black Ops Cold War. And what do you think it costs to make? What kind of money do you think they're investing in these games every year? It's kind of
millions.
It's crazy, honestly.
I mean, after Concord being 800 million or something.
Concord was like crazy, 400 million. Yeah,
I don't know.
At least 200 plus.
Yeah.
So to put this in context, Last of Us 2 cost around $220 million.
Jesus Christ.
Horizon Forbidden West was around $212 million, and Spider-Man 2 was $300 million to develop. So these court documents reveal that Black Ops 3 costs $450 million to develop.
That's crazy.
Across the game's life cycle. Okay, this is pre and post launch. And then they sold ultimately 43 million copies. Modern Warfare 2019 was $640 million to develop, and they sold 41 million copies. And then Black Ops Cold War 2020 was $700 million.
Holy shit.
Crazy.
And they sold only 30 million copies, which is quite a decline.
It's crazy when you see Wukong, a 10-person team, or Pal World, a 10-person team, and they're selling these numbers. Because do you have to spend that much? I want to see a breakdown of where all that money's going.
No, you don't. You don't.
I mean,
but
do.
the thing
really
is, the 30 million copies, though, doesn't reveal anything about the Battle Pass stuff and all that stuff that they're getting.
Sure, their money is probably being made with deals. And Gunnar just did the Call of Duty glasses we gave away. They'd make money off that, and all the sponsorships and advertising.
And the Slim Jims and the Monster Energy drinks. And
so that's not the whole tale, but still, that's a lot.
Yeah, but they don't need that many people making the games. I really don't think. That's why I think you're seeing all these layoffs. Besides the quality is down, but I think there's just a lot of people that aren't pulling their weight at these.
It's 1% of the population dragging the other through it. I think it's that way with everything. That's especially it's getting worse. Yep. So
they're saying that if you sold 30 million copies of the game, that would generate $1 billion in revenue just on the games themselves.
Yeah, they're fine. They made a profit, but
so even though they invested $700 million, they made well over $1 billion. No wonder Microsoft wanted to buy this shit.
Yep.
Well, Xbox. Oh, sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
Well, I was going to say.
I was going to say.
Well, finish this off because I'm going to change the topic. Just go.
Okay,
go
I was
ahead.
just going to say, Mike. The only thing I was going to add, it took Microsoft how long to turn a profit on Minecraft? They just now turned a profit in the last year.
Really? How can that announces the second one?
Because they spent like what $2.5 billion for it.
Right.
Crazy. Yeah.
But they put it everywhere. By the way, no one.
Yeah. Well, they
No one
They had to.
No one complained when they did that. Why weren't people crying when that happened?
I don't know.
Compared to the crying people now about Starfield on PS5 or whatever.
Older property, so not purchased under the guise of it wasn't exclusive or something. Who knows? People make up their own bullshit, and they probably have sideways cat avatars and like fan art as profile pictures.
Right.
But, so the director of Black Myth Wukong confirmed today that the game isn't on Xbox due to the Xbox Series S shared 10 gigs of RAM. There was never a PlayStation exclusive deal. So whatever the insiders, he said, claimed was false. Mm-hmm. So once again, like I said, because it was same thing with Baldur's Gate originally, and then like other games like Xbox is missing out on because of the power of that weaker console. Do you think that they're going to abandon that strategy again when they do like the new set of consoles?
I hope so.
Okay.
I was gonna say I hope so, but they sold the Series S outsold the Series X like 75% to 25%. So
really,
they sold. Yeah, it's crazy when you look at the numbers.
Really,
it's nuts. Yeah, it outsold by a lot. So people are cheap. They always go with the cheaper option.
You wouldn't
that
believe how
basically
many
held back
people
a
have
generation.
come to me with my 270, I think it's 300 now, dollar PC that I talked about for my treadmill. I've had like 50 people between Discord, email, Twitter, like ask me what that was and how they can get into PC gaming cheap. And I'm like, well, it's mostly an HD PC. You can still, but people are just interested in like that $300 price point. Can I get in? Can I play some games? Can I get into the world cheap? So like I can see that though, but I actually thought that it sold worse. That's a shock to me.
No,
I did too.
No, it's sold much better.
Really? So
because the
timeline says they should drop.
Kevin, help me out here.
He said
because I went from the Xbox One to the X, right? Mm-hmm. Did the S come out at the same time as the X?
Well, there was an Xbox One S as well. That came out at the same time as the Xbox One X, and then they went with the Series S and Series X came out at the same time.
Yeah.
So
what did I go? What did I do? I went from the 360 to
so
the
most
Xbox
of the
One.
Xbox sales were the shitty Xbox. That
and then I went from the
fans.
Xbox One to what? The One S? Did I have that? I must have.
Why are you asking him what you own? This is the problem.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, okay, so just assume that I bought the best thing at whatever was available at the time. So what did I do?
Maybe the X? I don't know. Maybe you went to the X after the Xbox One.
I think I did. I never had an S.
Yeah.
Any kind of S, right?
1X.
There was a 1S though. The 1S.
Yeah, there was a 1S.
Okay,
Yeah.
the 1S was a gimped one, right?
It was just a one that was smaller. That's
Okay.
all it was.
I never had that. All right.
Yeah.
The one is a blur. I don't even know what the fuck was on that thing. like that was just like.
Thing was huge.
But that was like a nothing generation, right? Like what did we play on that? Like I could tell you every 360 game.
There was a Gears on there. There was there was some games.
It's a blur though.
That thing launched with the Kinect. That was the one where they were like TV,
that was the
TV,
Kinect.
TV.
All right, you're right. Yeah.
Yeah, TV,
So I'm
TV.
seeing
Everything was
a lot
TV.
of good news here, but a lot of this news is like PC related. So I'm probably going to drop it in for PC Outsiders that we do this week, John. But Razer is releasing a handheld dock for Steam Deck, Windows handheld, and mobile devices. And people are saying the dock market is about to heat up, and the dock market is like the new kind of console for your living room because people are dropping these handheld PCs in them. So. There's a lot of shit going on.
And Razer
There's
has
a lot
a
of
gaming chair coming out that is heated and also has cooling.
Don't buy a gaming chair.
How much is it?
Huh?
Don't
I have a
buy
gaming chair.
Razer chair. Don't do it. It's got heated seats though. I love warm seats. So that
I don't. I do not like.
Yeah.
I like them in a car in the morning, in the winter, sure.
I like them just for a little bit.
When the
gotta
car
turn 'em
warms
off.
up, though, I don't like it anymore. Like I want it off.
Me neither. Yeah.
I like it. All right, well, we're going to
agree.
get out of here. If you want to find Kevin, he's got a YouTube channel. He's got a store in
I do.
Ohio. He's in our Discord. He does a show on our app. Look up CC Games CEO on Twitter. And anything else you want to share, Kevin, if they want to find you, you've got like a little in our Discord. They can chat with you right in your chat room too. See your stuff.
Well, the only thing since I'm on video, I guess I'll pimp this out. I got Midwest Gaming Classic coming up in April. So if you're in Wisconsin, come say hi. I'll be vending there. I'll be selling stuff. So just come say hi.
Are you going to be selling officially licensed 3D printed
only officially licensed stuff? Yes, only.
He gave out VGO stuff at the last event.
I did. I gave out last time that came up and last people that came up and saw me. I gave them a VGO logo, so that I 3D printed.
Kevin, say hi in April. I'm sure you'll be maybe even on before then. But like I said, we have been booking people. So if you want to try your hands out, just to have fun, to guest with us, or see if you want to be a third host, you can email us, contact@videogameoutsiders.com. Send us a clip or some of your other work. I think that's important. We've got people just saying, hey, I want to do this, but they don't own mics. They've never spoken before. Just let us know you're a human being and you can speak and you can know you're technically savvy and you can do this. We'll get you set up on a guest show. We're already booked almost to March, through March. So email us. And like I said, we'll be trying out people and just having fun with people. And then hopefully by our 20 years this summer, picking a final third host that we can feel is a good fit. So if you want to throw your name in the hat out there or just have some fun and guest with us, please do that. Also find us in the Discord. We're giving away Ghost of Tsushima and many PlayStation port games this month from cdkeys.com. They're our sponsor. You can save a few dollars on keys on everything, really. They've got even some Nintendo stuff, so check them out at cdkeys.com. There's always sales going on. We do bonus shows during the week, doing a PC Outsiders tomorrow. Support us on videogameoutsiders.com. And if you want to watch our NVIDIA keynote, that's on twitch.tv/John and Michelle. I feel like we need to just get all of us into one thing because I can't take it anymore. And also Discord, we do a weekly podcast in there if you want to support us in there. Anything else, John, before we get the hell out of here?
No, I think that's it, guys. Okay. Thanks for listening, subbing, all that stuff. We'll see you very soon. Video Game Outsiders?
Out.
Hey, what are you doing? Get away from the PS5s! Hey, put your pants back on!